that's what makes the team.
Well, apparently is this.
Okay.
So when I asked, oh, what is that? And then they explain it to me, it's like, oh, it's brain rot. So
It's brain rot.
yeah, I'm like, okay, so that's the first entry understanding. And then I had a look at it, and it's like, okay, this character that looks like a log that has a face on it that goes around like hitting people, and I'm like, okay, that's entertaining.
So it's a character, huh? Is it like
Yeah.
what how do you say, what language is even, or is it just like a name?
There's no language to it. It's just a log that has a face that goes around hitting stuff.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
But okay, here we go. I think everyone's just excited, you know, to see the battle commence. That is why we can already see the plane in front of us. We're just waiting for the flight pad. But yeah, we're gonna kick things up in Irangel, everyone. Let's go.
Let's go. Flight path on the south side. I do see military base there. Yesterday we had a military base circle and it was exciting. Hoping for more this time. While waiting for the flight path to roll, looking at the most eliminations is by Tony K, most knockouts by Rosemary, and most headshots, Rosemary as well, but he actually shared the same amount of headshots with Schwartz and also Delta from PRS. The highest damage is Rosemary, but Sky is trailing behind him by about 100 damage.
So, is it safe to call Rosemary the head popper? Oh, that's kind of cool. The head popper.
Oh, you gotta call him the epic head popper.
The epic head popper. Hey! Let's go. But you know what, FaZe? They're ready. They've already dropped the military base. I don't see any point donkey that could challenge them for this first round. But RQ is the same drop spot. You know, they're around Novo. The Savior, no question at all. They're gonna head on over to PAGI. And as for those teams on the northern side, yeah, Point Donkey is gonna go there in Severny. We've got Team Secret as well, also in Jorgapul area. And for everyone else, well, they are flocking around the east side, but in Yasnaya. Let's see if Talent and Horror Esports will go head to head.
Yep, this is Talent versus Horror Esports round 551, ladies and gentlemen. Here we go again. Both of them landed at the same area. Sleepy will get your best friend, aka Yoru. But Sleepy taken out by Axel. Ayok takes no fear, and Sleepy will finish up by Axel. Supreme goes down to the hands of Ayok. One more to go. That's going to be Sky. And he will be on the second floor. He found a nade though. Okay. Talent not looking down on him. Is still very aware of the fact that Sky has managed to pick up a couple of utilities. So they don't rush in onto Sky. They wait for everyone to be back up again before they do so.
Yeah, but it's not looking too hot for the side of Horror Esports just because of the fact that, you know, we only have one player remaining for Horror actively. And if Sky, okay, was able to, or is able to pull off a win here, then there might still be a chance, you know, for Horror Esports to get to the latter stages of the game, even if they're down to just 2 members. No Fear is still down on the floor. He is actually being taken hostage here by Talon. Here comes the attack now. Oh, Sky was able to put down one. Can he follow through? Unfortunately, Ayok was the one who sealed the deal there. And Tribe Aeromacy right now having an exchange up against Vikings, and Tribe Aeromacy also the first one, or yeah, second team to get taken out.
Yeah, and no points collected by them. And this is also not the first time that South Jogopo becomes a contest between Tribe Aeromacy and also Vikings. So it looks like, again, Vikings, they won. So great work for them. And now it's a matter of Vikings just staying away from the number 16. And speaking about number 16, the Xavier, they are obviously playing this round, and nobody is going to challenge them for opportunity.
No.
So let's see how far the Xavier will go this time. So I also want to talk a bit about the circle as well. So the circle has like what, 20% military base in it, and this is where I am fingers crossing to hope that the uh, circle does go military base at the end.
And yeah, I don't have my score again. They were the first team to be taken out, so
Oh,
boo hoo, Red Queen, boo hoo. But okay, getting back to the action here, Champions Esports. Okay, I can say they're one of the improved teams yesterday. Hopefully, they can come back here with like better consistency, I guess, and yeah, maybe they could be they could bag a lot of points today, you know, to remain competitive, of course. Talon Esports 138. Um, can they still create that gap though up against Vampire Esports? And it's so amazing. One thing I can say about Vampire Esports, they're not really even playing like to go for the chicken dinner. I feel like they're not even giving their 100%, but they're so chill, but they can still get the job done. You know, like it doesn't even matter if they don't really have any chicken dinner, but when it comes to like balancing the placement and the LMs, I think they're pretty on point.
so in other words, their chicken dinner is accidental. It's like, we're
Like
not
I
too
feel like it's
sure.
just a it's more of a bonus. Like okay, if they get the chicken dinner, it's okay. If they don't, they're still gonna be okay. Can you imagine? Like I mean, Vampire Esports they started at the they started on the second page, right? And now they're already at second. I mean, they haven't even like won any like three chicken dinners in a day or like a back to back winner chicken dinner. They're slow, but they're calculated.
Yeah, and I do like that mindset, right? Like you don't put too much pressure on yourself to must score the chicken dinner every time because it's all about the points. Yeah, chicken dinner does give you 10 points, that's cool, but if you pressure yourself too much to get that and sometimes you fumble just because that's the only thing that you can see instead of taking it round after round or stage after stage, then it becomes unnecessary pressure. And then that chicken dinner goes further. So it's nice that they have that mindset of like, okay, we score a chicken dinner, that's a bonus. If we don't, that's okay. We still walk out this round with like 10 points. And that's pretty nice.
Yes. And again, that's how Tribe Aramasi won in the PMNC. You know, they're not so keen on getting those chicken dinners, but when we talk about like how they like the consistency, it's really top notch. And picking smart fights, you know, they know when to dip in a match, and they also know when to back away in certain situations. So I think overall, Tribe Aramasi is a rising, you know, right, rising star, like rising team. So I'm interested, like how they're gonna do and how they're gonna perform for us in the official tournament. And as for Fade, oh Red Bull, I get a point here. Gen Fuzz of RQ is no more.
That's a quick one. And Red Bull will pick up that point. Of course, Wasteland, one of those teams who are still in line to catch the number one based on the points collected. 124 officially now, okay? With 6 more games including this one, that's always good to just pick up points here and there. As for RRQ, to lose that one player, yeah, they need a lot and a lot and a lot of points to catch the number one. And the fact that they lost that one player, it's going to be difficult overall for them if their goal is to get the throne. But if their goal is just to like, okay, we have a good run out, this is training for us, then that's fine.
Oh. Again, it's really quiet, you know. It's not super aggressive stage one for a Wrangle. And as for talent, Alter Ego Eris, Voin Donkey, we got Champions Esports as well. I feel like they're still outside of the blue here. D Saver has taken a compound for themselves, but for now, no information coming through. They're just looking at the horizon here, checking out if there will be teams that would even try to crash the compound, and they're prepared for it. You know, defense is of course. I mean, a strong defense can definitely be the key, and on how to effectively shoo away your opponents.
But looks like whoever who's in mid to the base will be shooed away. because the circle will not be going there. It moves towards the main peninsula instead. But we still have like what, 40% of water in this current circle. So lesser areas for the teams to play means more action for us. That's gonna be fun. A lot of teams centered around the area of Peripheral. And as RRQ, Baseland, these two will need to head into the main peninsula. Nepeko saw Canary and will close his eyes.
Yeah, definitely caught him off guard. Norpeko, great vantage point. His he knows exactly where Shopper is, and yeah, Lapar. Ooh, what a shot from Dewey. And now Asa back on the screen here. Looking at Dewey, of course, planning to save his teammate, buying some time. We got Shopper again leading the charge here, and down goes Asa. FaZe Clan with an incredible pincher up against RQ.
And Shopper will secure another one out of RQ, and that is where RQ eliminated number 14. Now there will not be anyone to stop FaZe Clan from crossing over, except if anyone's waiting on the other side, but we will check on that one later. Right now, a lot more attention into the area of Ferry Pier, where Bigatron is at. And Olio from Southern DJ Alliance, he just knocked a member of a DRS. So they could be in the fight elsewhere. And here we go. We have them on screen as Gante appears. Killer YT, knockout Olio. Now they're going to focus on the other members of Celcom DJ Alliance. Celcom DJ Alliance, they fire back with Leon's getting Gante. But the nade into the face of Leon's by Killer YT.
Can't exactly say who's winning the fight here. I mean, both of the teams was able to inflict a lot of damage. Let's see who will be able to follow through, I guess. Kasim still throwing some nades here. But you know what? D-Saver might join into the mixer. Even Alter Ego Era. So what? 4 teams?
Oh man, more teams here. Here comes. And we can see that Moana is playing still today for Alter Ego. And just trying to scout out the area. Wondering if it's going to be worthwhile for them to crash in. As for Celcom DJ Alliance, they only have Jimmy OP now. And Jimmy OP no longer interested to continue on this fight. He will live on to tell the tale another day.
Well, it's a good thing that DRS story from that clash, and they get to keep, you know, all of the members. They get to be a full squad still. Champions Esports, again, they moved up ranks before we ended day number 3. Looking to see if they can carry over the same momentum and same energy back into the final game. Map feed, everyone. We got Talon Esports coming from the north side, probably clashing with Vikings as well. We got D-Saver standing guard as well over to the north side. So I feel like there's a cleanup that's definitely gonna happen in just a while. In the meantime, we're looking at Bigatron by Vitality. We got Malak Beak on screen. He is probably thinking, okay, Vapor's pretty close. Are we gonna, you know, fight with them? But Kassim open fired. Celcom DJ Alliance challenging up the boys of BTR.
Well, normally if you're alone in this situation, you would just let BTR pass. But for Jimmy OP, he is not the kind of player. He sees an opportunity here, trying to take it. But now, because he revealed his position, a bit of an attention will be given towards him. D-Xavier, looks like they just came out of a fight as Levi's will need to be picked up. And Paragin on the outside. Oh, okay, so they are split in the 2-2 formation. They see Talon swerving around the outside of the circle. And Talon gathering information. Looks like they'll start to land onto the compound where D-Xavier is at. The fight will continue on with Lamborghini knocking down Boyster. Now Ayok with his nade. He knows that Lamborghini is there. He shoots, but Lamborghini scores.
2 down, 2 to go. Talent Esports may be losing this fight up against D-Saver, but you know what? Levi's still currently knocked down on the ground. Delta back on the screen here. Just shut down Dewey of FaZe Clan. We can hear a lot of gunshots happening in the surroundings, so I feel like there's a lot of fights happening simultaneously. DRS bagging 3 points. Let's see if they can rack up some more. We got Killer YT, of course, popping off those smokes to try and save his teammate here. But coming off the kill feed, though, it's Break being broken by Balja of Champions Esports.
Oh, and looks like Olio. Oh, wait a second. Jimmy OP still bringing in eliminations. For Celcom DJ Alliance, he just took out Moana from Alter Ego. Okay, by himself elsewhere. Wonder what happened there. But for DRS now, at the high ground, and below them is going to be Sem9. The Sem9, they do have compound. So all they need to be aware of are the teams around them in case anyone wants to crash in to take over this compound from their hands.
Hmm. Okay, here we go. But at least for FaZe, okay, they're down to two players, but they were able to put up 4 points. But is it gonna be enough though? We're talking about two members, and could be hard for them to maybe get the chicken dinner. But it is not, of course, impossible at all. They could probably play this one out smart. Just look for the perfect timings there, and yeah, just choose your battle. As for Void Donkey, okay, Potato already gone here. It's just Vexy, Gakor, and Razak for the team. Right now, we're not hearing any gunshots. We are just at stage 3. I feel like everyone's just really prioritizing to get a position here. Obviously, DRS already down in the middle here. Same thing goes for Sem9, Void Donkey, and even Team Secret. So, most of the fights I feel like is definitely going to happen around North.
Yeah, since the circle went up there too. So Quarry is going to be an interesting area, not an easy area to play, and we have like at least 3 or 4 teams there in the area of Quarry. What will be more interesting is on the right side, D Xavier is there with another team that wants to come into the circle, and D Xavier will play the gatekeeping role against Alter Ego, now knocking down Rosemary, a key player for Alter Ego. And now they only have 2 active players left.
Ooh.
Lamborghini spent a little bit too much time in the blue.
Yeah, bluer than blue. But fret not, ladies and gents. Lamborghini, I feel like, still gonna be saved here at this point. And as for DRS, okay, they're all together. Alter Ego Airs might be stepping away from the fight for now. Maybe they're heading towards the safe zone first. But you know what? BTR is close by. So perhaps, they will be colliding with this team as well.
And they see each other now. Okay, who's gonna really pull the first trigger? Well, that was happening south of the Alliance. The final player, Jimmy OP, just got eliminated, but they didn't go out empty-handed. At least they got 1 point together with them. Alter Ego from the right side of the circle. Looks like they rotated down south. But down south, there are more teams waiting, including BTR that you can see on screen. On north now, it's going to be FaZe Clan and D Xavier, Chopper, all alone in this warehouse. Jump shot comes in, left and right. Not able to really land his shots yet. And here comes the third player of D Xavier. It's going to be a 3v1. They're going to rush in anytime soon, and Chopper goes down.
Yeah, Lamborghini, after getting picked up, he went in for a kill. Shopper already out of the game here. That's confirmation coming through. D Xavier now back 5 elimination points, and this is what we want. Coming from D Xavier, they are currently at the bottom of the leaderboard, but perhaps after this round, we can see them move up rank. Alpha, Alter Ego Era shut down by Shreps of Vampire Esports, but you know what, who took the point? It is going to be Hands of BTR.
And Nuzi will be revived again. Here comes Vampire Esports on to D Xavier. D Xavier, they haven't had a good run, as in like, there are so many teams that want to block them out. But amazingly for D Xavier is that they still retain the full squad, but that could change right now with Tony K knocking down 1 player of D Xavier, that is Levi's. Vampire Esports, they have the advantage. Are they going to go for it? Is it going to be worth it for Vampire Esports? Looks like they're not really going to charge in, not going to commit yet.
And it's just Daybot here. Looking at the situation, okay, he is sticking close to the rim of the circle, but there's a lot of squads, hunting him down. To be honest, he's cooped up in a small spot here. Let's see if he can still, of course, defend himself well. But DRS right now, challenging up the boys of Vampire. We got 2 boys of Vampire currently knocked down on the ground. Miola was the third one to get taken down. It looks like DRS is still on the winning side here.
Oh, and Vampire, 1 active player left. DRS, however, 6 elimination points already, currently dominating. Here we have the Vikings. Jump shot came in, but Nate T punished him. Superman wants to throw that name, but Levi's will put him down to the ground. Now it's only Woon T left for the Vikings. Woon T's on the other side. He wants to save his teammate, but Nate T will not allow him to, as Vikings will be eliminated at number 12.
I wonder if this is going to be the same level of energy coming from D Savior from the first match down to the 6th match today. I mean, if they could play at this kind of pace, man, it is going to be a solid night for us. Because after this match, I'm pretty sure that they're not going to be the ones at the bottom. 11 teams remaining, and we still are on stage number 5 here. We've got we have Daybot on screen,
Oh,
but oh man, that was savage! That was savage. It was a molly and a nade at the same time, man. You go kaboom and you get burned alive.
yeah. You don't get to see that all the time. You normally see only one of them, but still, they scored that point. Okay. As for D Xavier, looks like they're on the roll right now. Look at this 11 elimination points now for D Xavier, and they're not stopping yet. Just because the circle kept running away from them, giving them a lot of opportunity to take fight after fight after fight, and they will face off against Schwabs from Vampire Esports in this next encounter.
This is our wish being granted by D Savior. Now they are performing. You said that, they keep on chasing the circle and it's not a problem for them. Imagine if they were able to play this kind of game from the get-go. Oh, it's going to be wild. But anyway, let's see how wild it can get now that they're up against Team Secret. Oh, Trang just got knocked down on the ground by Nadity, who was actually inside the vehicle. The hover trap, and man, he was able to get down too.
They didn't expect him to still be there. But Medity finally will be knocked out by Frankie from Team Secret. Now Frankie is the one to save Trang. And for his other teammate, they're elsewhere. Shrubs now coming in. Oh, but wait a second. Shrubs is going the other way, alright. Navigating around the smoke, thinking of his next step. While Frankie will finish off Nate. But Razak, he found Shrubs, and Vampire Esports out at number 9. With only one elimination after all that?
Yeah. But not for DRS, man. They exited the game with 7 elements in the bag, which is absolutely fantastic. And here comes Red Bull again. Going for the kill. Satar just got taken out. FaZe Clan is dominating by 5 elimination points here. And the fight, of course, is still not over with BTR. Nick is still alive. At least we've got 3 more players, but unfortunately, Red Bull just fell flat on the floor there because of a hit and run.
And BTR now, they're still playing with Hansel at this time. And so far, it still survive. Now we get to see the next phase of the circle. Sam9 in the middle of it. They have been absent for quite a while and not getting involved in all these fights. But the fight mostly came from the right side of the circle. We now do have BTR there with Team Secret, so that could be the next bad one.
Okay, angry spray there, but bullets did not connect at all. No connection. Talon Esports 4 points in the bag, but we're talking about 3 casualties, so it could be hard to pull off a chicken dinner now. But what Axel can do in this situation is just really go for the points here. Either go for the placement or really be aggressive in taking those points by brute force. But anyway, map feed, ladies and gents, BTR, man, they're circling, of course, the middle part of the zone here, probably checking out, okay, we have to go for the zone control, and that's exactly what the plan is for now. And not joining to the mix here. Balja of Champions Esports, he does have a couple players within his line of sight here, but no connection as well. Ooh, but it's a different thing though for trying a Team Secret shutting down Champions.
And Talent out at number 6 for elimination points. Now we are in the top 5. You hear the music right now. And still up top is going to be Team Secret with 3 players. But BTR is approaching them. One player of BTR doing the scouting work, gathering information about Team Secret. And that's Boxy doing the job. As Boxy turns back, because his other teammate Malaf Big will be busy with incoming teams. And that's for Void Donkey.
Here we go, Malak Big. Trying to jiggle his way around up against Void Donkey. Vexy went in for a spray, but did not connect at all. Box now was able to take a position from that hilltop, but unfortunately he got spotted by Vexy. Accuracy coming from Vexy there, but Hands okay, was able to respond. And I think he was able to put down Razak. So 2 active members now for the side of Bigatron by Vitality and Box. And he just got sent back to the lobby. But Vexy continues on to fight, was able to bag that point. Unfortunately, great follow through from Malafik, and Bigatron survives.
Oh, but he has to do it quick because look at the minimap and other teams coming by. Say hello to Sam9 right now. Circling around BTR. And that is Sam9. That will finish off BTR, putting us now in the top 3.
You gotta pick your moments. Alright, here we go. Champions Team Secret Sam9 fighting for the first chicken dinner. Trang now doing a massive spray up against Champions Esports. They do have that high ground advantage, which is perfect. And just look at the distance. Just look at the range. Trang still trying to connect here. Kino's been getting some damage, but not enough to put it down just yet. It's a wild and intense fight for these three teams.
And Team Secret monitoring the situation. Champions Esports now pushed to the corner. We are only at stage 6. We see stage 7 really soon. Okay, scoping down. It's going to be Kino onto Frankie. Frankie! The moment he pops his head, look at the damage onto himself. Down to 50% health. He has to heal up. Now all the teams, I can say that they're just waiting for stage 7 to happen before planning on what to do.
Yep. You have to digest everything, process everything so you could make the right decisions. We got Kino down on the ground. Not really down on the ground. He is on prone, just waiting for that right opportune moment to take a life inside the battlefield. Champions, they already have 3 points here. Collecting some placement points as well. Team Secret, okay. I feel like they do have the high ground, yes, but they will have to just go for the kill here. Because sooner or later, it may not be favored by the zone, so there's a need for them to maybe step on the gas.
Wow, the one that's favored by the zone is Sem9. Now between Team Secret and Champions Esports. Okay, they have to decide on who will survive this circle. Sem9, they'll just being chill inside the circle. Look at this. Okay, they're there. You don't need to worry too much. Okay, except maybe for that one player in the middle. Okay, even that is Drexy from Sem9. That's Spearman from Sem9, so no worries. They have absolute control of the circle now.
Absolutely. You know, even Champions Esports and Team Secret, before they get inside the zone, I feel like, you know, they're the ones going to do the cleanup first. So Sem9, all they need to do is just really wait for, like, which of these two teams is going to come out alive. So let's see. Team Secret is still in position here. They still have that slight advantage over Champions Esports, but they are not attacking. They're not being aggressive. Champions Esports, they really don't have much of a choice because they don't have that much cover, and they're totally exposed out there in the open.
Yeah, so what's the solution now, right? So it's for them to figure out, because right now the zone is closing. And Champions, they're not really moving from their spot. At least Team Secret, they're sending scouts out. So they're finding ways to get into the circle, preparing themselves. And right now, they're on the move. But of course, Sem9 will try to stop them from coming in. As for Champions Esports, they're on foot. They're moving right now as well. And Firen found Frankie in the process.
Okay, great shot coming from Firen. He tried to go after GK, but GK was able to hide just in time. 3 revelation points now for Firen here. Champion Esports also trying to get in position here, trying to do a little bit of that third party. We've got Yuhai taking down GK from behind that tree. Now he's coming after Tran, but he does have to go for that quick angle, quick scope. Yes, it was able to inflict a lot of pain there, but still not enough to put Tran down.
Trying to spray down Trang. Trang Zin still holding on to his dear life. Now Firen, he has this nade. Okay, that could be game over for Trang Zin. Atomic will be gunned down by Yuhai though. They see the incoming members of Champions Esports. Trang Zin is still alive. Here comes Champions Esports. Atomic being revived at this moment.
Cooking up an 8-hit GK. Okay, no comment back for that. We got Trixie with a massive spray, shutting down Cass of Champions. But you know what? We still got 3 active members for the side of Champions, so they are fine. They are responding. They are making it hard for the other 2 teams here to score that first chicken dinner. They're definitely gonna come out swinging in this fight. We got Balja still applying a lot of pressure onto Sem9. Cass now, I think, is gonna be revived. They need all the firepower, of course, obviously, to win this match.
But let's not forget that circle most likely towards the right side. And the team that does not circle at all is going to be Champions Esports. They found Drexy through the snake. Firen is the one to be saving Drexy. And Champions Esports creating a smoke barrier for them to move forward into the circle. They have to do it right now. Create that space for themselves. Find a tree. Find the next checkpoint. As Sem9 recovering.
Okay, Trexie, Firen on prone here. Trexie will still need to heal himself up. He needs to be at 100% here. Going up against Team Secret and Champions Esports. Got Trank cooking nade. We're gonna let him cook. but switched into a DBS. So yeah, I couldn't decide whether or not he's gonna go for the AR or a shotgun, but perhaps he should stick with the AR because Sem9 definitely will not get close to him. Champions Esports, all they need to do, Sir Cloud, is play their cards right, and they could probably have that chicken in the bag now.
And Trunks in, he's just been chilling there. He's like, okay, I know I'm the last guy for Team Secret. I don't want any part of this. If he can survive to a second place finish, that's great for him. Or maybe become the Kingmaker later. As we talk about later, it should be now. Because we are at stage 9 closing. So it's going to close entirely. Okay, from the other side of the road, we can see Yuhai coming in to his other teammates. Starting to get as close as possible to the middle of the circle. Champions Esports not too far away, but Urcast found Drexy.
Yep. And now Cast. About oh, I thought he was gonna go for the nades there, but Cast, great spot. That M4 was able to take down an enemy. Here comes firing back on the screen here, ladies and gents. And of course, the two teams fighting for that first chicken dinner. Team Secret already eliminated with 3 points in bag. It's a 3v3, but Sem9 might be losing some more members here, which is of course detrimental. And there you go, ladies and gents. Champions was able to score the first chicken dinner of the night.
Wow, what a run by Champions! Sem9, they had the comfort of the circle, but Champions, they have the champion mentality. So much for them to do in this round. They came from the northern side. There were teams that they need to deal with to get into the circle, including Team Secret that was just next to them. They allowed Team Secret to move first in the circle to the right side of it. And then they took the left side in. Wow. And then they found a space. And when the circle kept shifting away from them, they are still able to move forward and slowly creep into Sem9.
Oh, absolutely. They are the champions, my friends, because they kept on fighting till the end. But yeah, Champions Esports, the dark horses here, was able to flip the script up against Sem9. And yeah, it's a great thing to see that Champions Esports is showing up for the first match here. And not just getting the chicken dinner, by the way. I mean, this is an outstanding score for Ellens as well. It is a total of 8 points, so that is, I can say, pretty impressive.
Oh, absolutely right. I'm impressed with the gameplay. Now, the numbers might not be as sexy, like okay, just a handful of eliminations, but it is the way they execute things that for Champions is very tactical. At some point, they seem to be like the living undead. Like you can knock them down, but you cannot take them out into the lobby. They know how to revive each other. Very, very well coordinated within Champions Esports. This is a round that they should be proud of, even though the numbers are not as sexy, but you know, it's just a way of how they execute things.
Response time is on point, you know, for Champions, at least for this round. That's how I saw it. The rotation is great as well. You know, they did not go for super aggressive, but it was just like just enough, you know, to not be empty-handed when it comes to eliminations, just to make sure that even if they get taken out early in the match, they will have something in the bag, which is of course great. As long as you exit the game with something, then I guess you'll be safe, right? Teams to watch for Erangel, aside from Champions, we got D Savior, BTR, and of course Sem9, who came in at second.
Yeah, and the teams to watch here, interesting enough, Sem9, despite them able to survive to like the top 3 earlier, but still because of maybe their elimination points are not that much, they're number 4 here as our teams to watch. But D Savior, they clearly got a lot of eliminations this round. So it's interesting to see how many points did they actually collect later. The head-to-head, we're going to compare Champions Esports and Sem9. So Sem9 only collected 3 points this time, but for Champions Esports, from the last I noticed, they scored 4 eliminations. At the end, they still scored 8 with a chicken dinner, 18 points. That's actually really nice.
Champions really, I guess, for me, showed high precision gameplay. That's all I can say. As for the MVP, it's a great thing to see that we got Lamborghini stepping up, you know, with 4 elimination points and 914 damage output. Dinga Savior maybe did not win the chicken dinner, but they had quite an impressive run as well, just because they were able to take a lot of score So they're not going to be the team who is at the bottom, that is for sure. So I'm excited to see the overall ranking.
I thought you said the Xavier might not win that chicken dinner, but they won the hearts of their fans. Since they also feature another player here, Nate T, as one of our top performers with also 4 eliminations, and then you have Viren from Zen9 who actually contributed to all the eliminations for the team to be up here. Now, the important points, match leaderboard, Champions Esports, 18 points collected. These Xavier 13 points. With this amount of points, there's a chance that they should be able to get out of number 16.
Yep, and as for the bottom 3, Alter Ego Ares, Tribe, and Horror Esports, I mean, Horror, moments ago, I think, they weren't able to get to the weapons first, and I think that was, of course, an unfortunate chain of events for Horror Esports and Tribe. Eramacy, I feel like they just tripped, but probably will come back stronger in the next round.
Yeah, 5 more games to go, so we'll see how big of a gap they have right now with number 1. But before we head on to official match stats, so 60 total eliminations means everyone fought to the end. Nobody went out to the zone. 4 airdrops looted. So even though with this kind of circle, there's a good amount of water in it for a few stages, but teams still had the time to loot the 4 airdrops. So that's fine. That's overall use pretty average, I would say. And Razak comes in as the longest elimination distance of 381. Now for the points, Talon is still number 1.
Okay, yeah, 144. It's an okay gap. Not wide, but it's still okay. The question is if Vampire Esports and FaZe, even Alter Egoers, can catch up to that. But as for Champions Esports, again, slowly but surely, they're moving up ranks here, a total of 3. We got DRS as well, moving up 1. Currently, they're tied up against each other. But we're looking to break it because DRS, I feel like it's a good start for them in Irango, so they're just trying to warm up, and it's gonna be an exciting game 2 in Miramar, that is for sure.
So for page 2, I would say even like if you're number 9, number 10, 5 more games, if you can be explosive, you can still catch number 1. No, but okay, I know. You must be thinking that the Xavier, after that explosive performance, they're still at number 16. What? Okay, they share the same amount of chicken dinner as Vikings, but maybe the next tiebreaker is what favors Vikings above the Xavier.
Mm-hmm. And to be honest, I can say that most of the teams, right? Most of the teams that we have in the lobby here is really more on aggressive, just because of the fact that 11 teams right now have crossed the triple-digit score. So, in terms of elimination points, man, these guys are really going around the maps to bag them all.
Oh, well, we will go around the map to find for our break time, ladies and gentlemen, because when we're back, we will be going on to game number 2, so do not go anywhere. We'll see you guys after this break.
More action coming your way, ladies and gents, as we prepare ourselves for match 2 this evening, or technically match number 20, because today is the last day of the grand finals, ladies and gents, and we are as excited as you guys to start the match. My name is Red Queen, together with Sir Cloud, and we are on the caster's desk serving you the best chicken dinners the tournament has to offer.
Yes, and in case you just joined us, speaking about chicken dinner, Champions Esports, they scored the first chicken dinner today, now putting them at page 1. So with them at page 1, they're also not too far away from the number 1 spot. So who knows, a surprise can happen if Champions Esports can actually be the champion amongst all these other giants. That's also a record-breaking stat.
That is an absolute possibility that can happen in the tournament. Like, if Champion Esports continues to play at this kind of pace, then we are in for a treat here. The question is if those other titans will let this happen. Like Champion Esports getting at the top spot, being the top dogs in the yard in Season 10 of the tournament. So that's an exciting question and an exciting outcome, for the tournament. And as for the Miramar performers, it's Vampire, Celcom DJ Alliance, Horror Esports, and of course, the Real Soldiers. And I can say every team that we have here, I think like they are tank build just because of the whopping amount of average survival time.
So a lot of them have their respective numbers there. But will that be a guide for you to pick your team? Who are you gonna go for?
If a guy can pick my team?
A guide.
A guide.
The stats are a guide.
Oh, okay.
Guide?
A guide. All right. I thought you said guide. Like a guy? Okay.
I mean, if a guide, then maybe production help us pick our picks. Like we let production pick everyone's pick.
Honestly, I don't know if I'm gonna be accurate here. Even if I base my choice on numbers, it doesn't always come out that way. So I'm just gonna go with a team that you put Horror Esports. Okay, all right, I'm gonna let that happen. Okay, we're gonna go back to back Horror Esports right now because production says so. So I'm gonna go and follow the lead. They might give me a point this time.
Okay, you're gonna take their recommendation then. Okay, I'll take one from the random draw as well. Give me one. Random draw. Outer Ego. Okay. I like my pick. I like production's pick for me. Yeah.
My brain ain't functioning anymore, so like, cause it doesn't make sense. Like, even if I go with a team with I consider a high performing team in the grand finals, sometimes it doesn't come out according to plan here. They don't go for the aggressive play, or maybe they will have an early elimination, so I'm already confused. So yeah, Horror Esports, they've been consistent in Miramar. They've been aggressive as well, so perhaps, we could turn the tide around, and Horror even can give me a point here.
So if Horror Esports scores the chicken, are you going to give half a point to production for picking it for you?
No.
No.
Because I gave them a point the other day, so this is payback! This is payback!
True. They owe us one for getting a 2 point. Yeah, they should have got that one. That was a sneaky one. They psychoed us to give us the answer.
That is true. Hey, you know what, ladies and gents? Come on. This is already the grand finals, and we've got your favorite teams here coming from the best region. So might as well invite your friends, right? Let them know that today is, of course, the grand finals. We are now down to 5 games remaining. Imagine that. 5 more chances for us to check out our favorite teams, our favorite players, if they can actually bag the chicken dinner. So let's go.
Yeah, put it in as well, right? Number 1, who's going to back the chicken dinner this round? Number 2, who is going to be the champion this season? Number 3, who is going to be the MVP this season? Will it still be Rosemary or anyone else from the road to MVP? Or outside of the road to MVP that can catch? Or maybe someone from Champions Esports. We can consider them quite a dark horse if you kind of put on paper Champions Esports versus all these other teams that have even make they're showing in the globals. Champions Esports is actually quite a dark horse, so who knows, they could be the one to snatch it away.
Kino and Atomic, right? I mean, they are the key players for champions, I can say. Yeah, it's a still, it's a actually a still a tug of war, you know, for Tony K. We got Rosemary and Sky Horror Esports. There's even example from DRS also included in the list of like highest damage, most heads getting popped, or I don't know, like some of the titles that we see popping onto the left side of the screen there. So we'll have an idea, like who are those players that have been top in the charts when it comes to the individual titles.
Yeah, the individual titles is definitely something of a good bragging right. So something that we want to see. Within the champions, they do have representatives in the road to MVP. If not today, it was also in the past few days too. So they've been popping in and out of the road to MVP, and also some of the other stats. So that means they are really pushing it, right? But now 5 more games. So let's see how far they can push it. If they can be as explosive as the round before, played it very smart, played it very tactically, they can come up with a surprise. And maybe if they can put themselves in podium spot after this round, they stand a very good chance of being at number 1. But it will be down to them doing the business in Miramar.
And we all thought that, you know, the Savior worked very hard in bagging a lot of points, and we all thought that they're going to climb up ranks, but no, they remain to be at the bottom here. But with that kind of performance in Irango, I feel like they've already waken up from their deep slumber. Perhaps, you know, they could turn things around here in Miramar. Flight path is, I can say that this is still a kind flight path. We are northbound here, ladies and gents, and now most elimination goes to Tony K. Most knockouts, we got Rosemary at 31, and again, we still got Tony K and Sky Horror Esports from behind. We got headshots, Rosemary, a total of 8 here. Actually, it's 8 for everyone.
Oh yeah, that means the numbers are very tight. But highest damage, look at this. Sky overtook Rosemary in the most damage department already. Because last we checked, the difference was only about 100, so it only needs 1 round for Sky to overtake him. As for most knockouts, it's like 31, 30, 30, so it's close, it's close. Now looking at this flight path, we can start on the southern side of Lost Learners all the way up to the Oasis area. As usual, Lost Learners will house a couple of teams. This time it is the Xavier and Celcom DG Alliance. But I'm also looking forward to see if, again, Power Grid, will we see BTR? Now, BTR this time they decided to drop at the northern side, Torre Afumada area, and they will leave Power Grid for Trap or Messi.
Okay. I thought RQ is gonna go for Hashenda del Patron considering how close they are to DRS, but perhaps not. Not okay. I don't think a team would challenge up DRS in that specific area. As for VTR, they've chosen to drop in Torre Ahumada. But a couple plays from VTR are actually close to phase, so perhaps we can see a trade-off happen just in case they're gonna go for the vehicle play here. But Talon, okay, they're not complete. They managed to get a van for themselves, so they're gonna be safe here. And now they found a buggy which respawned in this particular spot. I mean, those are just some of the considerations, right? Okay, it is not just about picking up a drop spot here, like picking an area, but you also need to know where the cars will spawn, and that you could actually design and come up with a plan there based on like where the vehicles will be.
Yeah, and there are some guides online that I know the players use to kind of like have an idea on that. Okay, these are the spawn points of vehicles. Well, of course, if it actually spawns at that certain round, then it's totally random. But in general, they would know that, okay, around this area, there will be a vehicle, like plus minus maybe 100 meters or so. So when they drop, they normally know that, okay, we drop around this area, and then while we were parachuting, while we are gliding, just look around, you see there's a vehicle there, then you can do a direct drop. That's why for the most part, we see like players like, okay, they have an idea, they drop straight into like no man's land, and then straight into a vehicle and go off. And that's where sometimes we see the clash of getting that vehicle very early on. So yeah, that's part of the homework of being a pro player, ladies and gentlemen. So a little bit of tips for all of you is to understand the spawn points of what you need.
Exactly. And it's sometimes it can get comedic when two players actually go for a vehicle and one of them is successful enough to get behind the steering wheel, and then they're gonna go for the hit and run. Oh, that's also kind of fun to watch, and the way that they dodge the vehicles sometimes is just it's just really funny. But anyway, we are not experiencing any fights happening just yet. And as for DRS, again, they dropped in Ascenda de Patron, who is or like which the area is actually close to the rim of the circle here. So they're probably safe, and I don't think they're gonna leave the compound unless they need to leave the compound, because as long as you have a fortress, all you need to do is just really set up a very good defense here to make sure that you remain alive.
Yeah, remaining alive is definitely the key at the very beginning. You don't want to like, okay, at the start I lost one player, then you have to play like the next 20 plus minutes with 3 players. Yeah, I mean, we have seen like multiple times teams with 3 players doing it, but it's never a fun feeling to be actually being in that situation. So as best as possible, like for example, the power grid, because BTR, they hardly win against Trapper Messi at Power Grid in the past few days, especially. So they decided to like, okay, you know what? It's not working out for us. Yesterday was probably their last push at Power Grid, and this time they decided to just step away for it, drop at the area of Torre Ahumada, and then they will see how they're going to manage things later on. So BTR right now they're at 100 points. They have a 44-point gap with Talon, 5 more games to go. It's quite steep for BTR, but still, you can treat it as an off-season tournament. It's more of them to give like some of these rare players a good run out, like Hans Steel, for example, and they can afford to rest like their top players like Sata. So if you notice that yesterday Sata did not play.
Exactly. I feel like it's sometimes a hard pill to swallow for the teams that a certain like rotation strategy and a drop spot is not working out. So we do understand why sometimes teams can be stubborn. They're not letting go of the drop spot even if they keep on losing. But there's a need for you to change. If something is not working out right, then you need to tweak something. So stepping away from a fight and just making sure that you focus on like playing the long game and just focus on your longevity, I think that it's a step for the team to improve, like adjust their gameplay accordingly, and making sure that they address every problem in each of the matches, because again it's always a gamble, right? I mean, if you enter a game, you don't even know if you're going to win the fight, you don't even know if you're going to get enough points to secure your position. So there's a lot of factors to consider.
And now they have to consider the factor of the circle, which is kind of kind. There's a chance that the circle, well, currently centered in Lost Learners, if this becomes an urban warfare, then we're gonna play this round until stage 9. Everyone will hold their corner, typical urban warfare sort of thingy. But we might see the first blood now. So far, the longest first blood that we have waited in this tournament is at stage 3. But we might see at stage 1 now with Superman lobbing a nade onto Ayok while receiving a bit of damage from the other side.
Yeah, I think there's another team at play here, or perhaps a member of Talent Esports was able to get across uh, along the mountain ranges there, providing some mid-man support. Well, let's see what's going to happen, because 1T right now is scoping down on Boys Hill. I think he knows exactly where to point the gun. Yes, sir. Boys Hill was able to get some damage there, but 1T continues on the pressure. But Boyce was able to get behind that concrete wall, so he's gonna be safe. The question is if he can be effective with a counter.
And still the fight continues on for this hill. As Talon, right now looking at the Vikings. Talon, they do have the compound from the inside. Fortune sprays on the Wonti, shooing him away on the other side of the hill. Now they don't have a direct, clear line of sight onto Vikings. So Vikings, they hold the other side. We're still at stage 1. If they decided to move away, they can still do that.
I think is going for a pinch because we can see them split and up, getting to more angles to work with up against the opposition, which is of course great play for Talons, but
Ooh.
Vikings been defending themselves okay. But this is an erratic behavior again coming from the circle. I mean, just look at the amount of teams that will be coming from the northern side, and we got Vikings, the Savior. Oh, not the Savior. We got Sem9, so close together here, even with Vikings. So just by looking at the situation and how the teams are actually getting down from the top, I feel like there's going to be a lot of collisions that will happen in stage 3.
Yeah, with this kind of circle, especially a lot of teams will want to go for the high ground down south. So that's where they will fight it off each other. I'm also glad that the circle kind of moved away from Lost Learners because I personally am not a fan of urban warfare. It slows things down significantly. But without the circle truly there, now we're going to see more fights. Leon just took out Wunty and secured by Jimmy OP. Now breaks these Adeluk and they will gun him down. Adeluk is not out yet. He needs backup right now. The rest of Telkom DJ Alliance will need to come, but Break took away Adeluk's life. Telkom DJ Alliance playing as a trio right now. Looks like they need to defend the ground against the Vikings as Prince passing by with a smoked up vehicle and he is able to reach his destination safely.
Caleb out, 3 to go for Succumb to Jail Alliance. They're managing 2 teams at the moment. We've got the Savior from the left and of course Vikings just up in front of them. Wunty, I believe he was already taken out, so we're also talking about 3 players for Vikings. So this is going to be a fair fight. But yes, we did mention the D-Savior actually close by, so perhaps it could be a 3-way battle later on. But as for D-Savior, I don't see them leaving the compound as well. But when it comes to like getting some information about like where the teams will be coming from, I think pretty much they already have an idea. We got FaZe Clan over here, close to where Voin Donkey is, so perhaps there's also a trade that could happen in just a while. We're just waiting for these teams to decide that, hey, maybe now it's a time to fight.
Could it be now for FaZe Clan as well? Since they're thinking about stepping out of this area. Okay, just waiting for Voin Donkey. Okay, Voin Donkey not interested. They'd rather take a better position within the circle. So that will open up access to FaZe Clan to move forward. And smart enough for Voin Donkey, it's better to secure all these checkpoints first before more teams come by. Because when you see this kind of circle down south, there are a lot of good spots with elevation that if you don't take early enough, other teams will.
And again, if you want something, you just have to fight for it. That is, of course, how you survive in a Battle Royale game. And you need to be able to make a lot of good decisions, to be honest. And it's so hard because you always have to be quick on your toes here. And sometimes it works out, sometimes it doesn't. But the thing is, you just really need to be proactive in everything. And you must be always ready for a fight. You know, predict the unpredictable, so to speak. Or maybe anticipate what might happen next. TRS Gaming on screen having a trade with Vampire Esports, and now we're looking at RQ because they're also close with BTR. Genfos is obviously kind of getting close, moving forward, but from behind, man, it's Nerpeiko shutting down Satar. Oh, that would be Asa. Okay, Asa shutting down Satar.
But that's teamwork between the two of them. And looks like, oh, BTR, they are switching their lineup again this round. So welcome back Satar, but not in the way that he would have hoped for. Now he has been eliminated. The rest of BTR still around the corner, but we shift our attention onto Alter Ego now against Voin Donkey.
Okay, Moana is back in the ocean here. 3 plays for Alter Ego errors. We're looking at Rosemary. Is trying to find a very good position and maybe an angle as well, because Voin Donkey is already trying to prep up for a fight here, but unfortunately Vexy just got shut down by Alpha. Oh, he did not even see that one coming, but here comes Janfos now back on the screen, ladies and gents, going after it. Tribe Aromacy and seems to be winning the fight because XYZ is already out.
And Nerpeiko is down, and RQ will need to pick him up. Trap Aromacy is still around. They're trying to shoot away the members of Trap Aromacy, or at least try to eliminate them. And here comes Gen Force with the molly just to buy a little bit more time while waiting for Nepeko to come back up again. Now Alter Ego continues the fight against Void Donkey. And RRQ looks like they're winning the fight against Trap Arrow Missy. And it seems like they just eliminated them. We get a confirmation to this. They bought the moment he stepped into the barn. He gets gunned down by Razak.
Yeah, it was a little reckless there. I mean, obviously, you're trying to flush out some players, and someone will always be waiting for the right opportunity to take you down. So yeah, I wasn't prepared for that one. Coming off the kill feed, it's a FaZe Clan losing some members. We got Cast as well down on the ground. Confirmation coming through that he is already out of the game, and we continue to see some trade-offs happen between champions and FaZe. One of them is cooking up a nade here, but Atomic gets shot at the face by Shopper with a shotgun. And now he just actually came out from the back here, still trying to dance it off, but Bigatron Vitality exited the game empty-handed.
And looks like so for Champions Esports, they still need to deal with Shopper. Just running around in circles. Okay, Kino, he sees him. It's just the UMP. They are still playing tag now. And looks like Shopper will be the one to tag Pauja. Now it's only Kino versus Shopper. Shopper is low. And Kino comes in with a spray with his UMP and he will get that elimination. He should have enough time to heal.
Oh man, it's gonna be hard for champions. I mean, I do wonder if there's going to be enough time for the pickup. I mean, they still have to maybe replenish their backpacks. They just came up from a fight there. I do wonder if they also have some vehicles that they could use to get from point A to point B. And there you go, ladies and gents. Confirmation. Atomic just got knocked down again by the Plaza. So yeah, that answers our question. 14 teams remaining here for stage 4. Looking at Vampire at the moment, they're at the edge of the circle here. Probably has a chance to do a little gatekeeping up against DRS, who's trying to make their way through. RQ also by the rim, close to another team, which would be Talent Esports.
Yeah, they're playing by the rim probably because they want to hunt teams now. They're pretty hungry. Considering that RQ is at number 14 now, I'm sure they wouldn't mind points for them to climb into page number 1, and to do that is to find elimination points. So now they found their next target, Talent. But Talent not interested. They're like, nope, we don't want to go out now because we still have a throne to keep.
Okay. They want to make sure that they will be popping off, in the right time. Just, of course, you gotta know when to peak, to be honest. Horror Esports, after a devastating early elimination from Erangel, they managed to stay complete squad here for stage 4. I don't see them engaging just yet. Probably they are avoiding conflicts during the first few zones and might be focusing more on strategic placement instead of just going for the aggressive kill, which is doing them good for now. We got Vikings back on the screen, Wunchi out of the game here, and the fight is not over between them and Voindonkey. Voindonkey, they still, I believe, have a couple of players, so yeah, let's see if they can get hunted. Because the rule here is that you kill or be killed.
Oh, you kill or be killed. Okay, alright. Oh, strong words there. Let's see if they can be strong enough to live up to those words. Let's see Voindonkey moving away. While we look at the northern side of the circle, now we have DRS on screen. Right in front of them is going to be Vampire Esports. 4 players in front of Delta. Delta crawling within the smoke. Only he has good clear vision. Moves forward, he sees one target. Almost getting Mela. Mela, 10% of health. Somehow he managed to run away.
Man, okay, Delta still has a lot of mollies in the bag here that he could choose. Probably he's just buying some time for the backup to arrive before he actually engages to fight here up against Vampire Esports. But for Alter Ego Ares, again, end of the line with only 2 points. Let's see if they can still come back, in the following matches for today. Vampire holding on to a compound, and obviously DRS would love to flush them out, and the fight is actually happening on the northern side. And as for the other teams here, I'm looking if there will be a conflict that will happen pretty much soon. I feel like it is just going to be Vampires and DRS for now.
But that thing could be changed by the circle. Right, we're going to get a slightly northern side circle. So teams on the outside, we have RRQ, Hora Esports at the south. going to share the same area with Champions Esports, and just look at the movement by Hora Esports down there. They're moving towards Champions Esports. We could see a clash real soon. We're going to keep our eyes glued right now to Vampire Esports versus DRS by the edge of the circle. As Shrubs, he sees Delta, he sends a nade cross, and Delta moves away just in time.
Here we go. Shrubs getting tagged from behind by another team. So they must be careful not to overextend themselves. That would be the boys of RQ trying to get into the mix here. We got Miola trying to find his way around the situation. It's going to be hard for them to have a trade-off up against DRS, since DRS is actually at the hilltop here. Probably DRS will go for a reposition just because of the fact that, you know, their place is a little bit exposed to RQ as well. It could be hard for them to shut down vampires at this point. So let's see if there's going to be a change in the play. But as for Team Secret, we are hearing some gunshots as well, and they're close to DRS. So perhaps, you know, they're going to have the fight inside this warehouse.
And the rotation's happening for Team Secret. They found this warehouse, like what you mentioned. But DRS is still around the corner, so this warehouse is not 100% clear. Team Secret needs to clear them off first. That's where they'll be charging against DRS. But here comes Team Secret on screen. Gante goes down to the hands of Team Secret, looking for more targets from DRS. And DRS, they're also managing with Vampire Esports. One of them just needed Tony K.
Yeah. Oh, man. Okay, so Tony K down on the ground. GK was able to heal himself up, so Team Secret back on a 4-man squad. Got Vampire Esports on screen. Tony K still blending out there in the open. It could be tricky for Shrepsy to pick up his teammate because they still need to deal with RQ. And now we can see Shreps holding on to his AUG here. We got Miaula trying to make sure that he's all boosted up for energy here. He's also waiting for anyone to be an easy target. And there goes the spray. Not exactly sure if he was able to shut down one, but no name actually popped in the kill feed.
Yeah, so perhaps not yet, but it may happen soon because right now we have 3 teams here. And for Hora Esports, they're in a fight of their own against Sem9. They managed to get one player of Sem9, but Supreme is down, calling up for help as well. On the elimination field, we have Vampire Esports now charging in. It's going to be Newsy at the forefront. He's going to stop over with his teammate Schwabs with a high guy advantage. He gets 1, looking for the other 2 more, gets 2, and potentially get 3. No, not yet. He has to reload by switch over his weapon. The spray from Schwabs will finish them off. Vampire Esports wipes out RRQ.
And now here comes Hora. Okay, racking up some points here up against Sem9. Yeah, we've got a couple plays from Sem9 down on the ground, but Sleepy is down as well. GK from kill feed has been taken down to his knees here. Supreme making sure he gets the points, and Miaula, well, he's also knocked down on the ground. And the best part for Hora Esports is that fact that, of course, they still get to be a complete squad, but Team Secret still continues on to fight up against vampires.
Here comes the rotation by Transin, but look at the damage of the Transin. Ooh, that was a very, very close one. Now he needs a bit more space to heal up, but Schwabs with the Molly might not give him that chance. That Molly, lucky enough for Transin, will not connect. As Zerus is keeping an eye on the flank in case Vampire Esports they do anything funny, but Transin right now will want to charge forward, will want to take the fight against Vampire Esports with SFK. Now he puts himself on the lower ground, he closed the gap between himself and also Vampire Esports. Transin gunned down by Newsy, Zerus down as well, only down to Frankie left. Frankie can actually do it for Team Secret. Frankie with the high ground, and frankly speaking, he will not lose that one.
Well, man, timing is everything, I can say. You don't even know when your enemy's gonna pop their heads, and you just have to really be good at pre-firing. But Triberry back on the screen here, and again, we're looking at Rig, probably the last surviving member. He is about to get inside the zone, but could be difficult to pull off just because of the fact that he doesn't have anyone to back him up in this situation. And wherever he goes, I mean, there will be a team to challenge him.
Wherever you go, whatever you do, I'll be right here waiting for you.
Oh,
Watching your game. Hora Esports waiting at the side. Surprise, surprise, of Superman. Sleepy is the one to take him out. Now Hora Esports dominating with 5 elimination points. They're looking for the next target. Rick will be the next one to be gunned down. And Rick, the final player for Trapper, missing down. Managing two different teams at the same time, spraying down on Talon. Talon, they're not able to fire back yet. They're unsure about Rick's position. And Rick continue to wreak havoc, not only on Talon, but now on Hora Esports.
Yeah, it's so many teams, three to be exact. So since he opened fire, yeah, his position is definitely compromised here. Coming off the kill feed though, it's Lamborghini down on the ground, courtesy of Celcom DJ Alliance. 8 teams remaining for stage 6. Miramar is kind of on a fast pace here. No Fear is already pretty close with Vikings, so there's a need for him to conceal his location by popping off those smokes. I mean, you don't want to be a dead giveaway, to any of the teams here and make it easy for them to shut you down. But as for No Fear, bags nabbed key, 7 now points in the bag for Hora Esports. And yes, the fight continues on even from the savior Levi's. Oh,
Wait,
Nate face.
what? Okay, they exchanged one is a bullet, one is a nade, but at the end of the day, both got eliminated. But from afar, speaking about elimination, Rick just got eliminated, and that is it for him. Team Secret, this time they're on the rampage with 10 elimination points. Now we are in the top 5, including Hora Esports with the full squad. Champions Esports still in the game, looking at Talon. Talon now in the lighter side of Kino. Kino is the final player of Champions Esports. He has to be careful not to overpeak. 20% of health. He has that one first aid to use, but Sleepy will be the one for him to sleep from the side.
I don't know what's going to happen here with Talon's Esports. I mean, this is not the best of spots. It's quite vulnerable because they're staying in one particular area, and a Molly and a nade could potentially wipe them off. Hora Esports, they've already picked up the information that Talon is just right across them. So perhaps, yeah, we'll see a fight definitely commence in just a while. We got Ayok scouting, checking if, okay, I know there's a team here that could put us down, but where are you guys exactly? And Talon Esports managing to survive that peculiar spot only goes to show that they're here to bring their A game.
Yeah, I mean, Talon, they still maintain a full squad despite them being shot at from afar and being pressured by other teams. Oh, Ceres, Team Secret, gets Jimmy OP. Celcom DJ Alliance will need to recover him. So they're still looking at Talon versus Hora Esports. I wonder who will need to make that first move. It seems like... Okay, it seems like, okay, it's Talon that needs to move forward. Hora, they're already in the circle. In fact, they have a split on the opposite side of the road that there's a likeliness that they will need to meet across at the northern side of this circle. But ideally, for them to clear off other teams first. Now they are scouting, gathering information, while Supreme is looking at Talon.
Okay. Teams are gauging the situation here. Ayok is cooking up an 8. Supreme just got his buggy. I feel like they're gonna step back and enjoy the rest of the team here. We got your best friend doing an anchor spray up against the opposition. That was Team Secret from afar. They're also trying to take care of business up against Celcom DJ Alliance, which is Kasim, aka Genie OP. And you know what? Hey, let's join in Hora as well. And an accurate shot coming from Axel, only No Fear after the game.
And Axel trying to take down Jimmy OP. But it's Sky that shows up from the side. And Jimmy OP eliminated. Number 4 for Celcom DJ Alliance. Top 3 right now, Talon, Hora Esports. And the final player of Team Secret is going to be Ceres. We see him there on screen, out in the open. Sky spraying down the Talon from the side. As for Ceres, he's still alright for now. But Hora Esports surely will want to take him out.
And Hora does have the numbers here, only to show how quick they are when it comes to their momentum shift. But Talon, okay, let's not forget the fact that they are at the top of the leaderboards here. So, yeah, they would want to create more gap, so to speak, compared to the other teams here to make sure that they get to the finish line with flying colors. And now the fight continues on between the top team and Hora Esports. Who's going to be bagging the chicken dinner? Let's go and find out.
And both teams have their own objective in this round to score the chicken dinner. Talon 4 players, they're going to take the left side of the circle, while Hora Esports taking the right side of the circle. Coming soon, in about 15 more seconds, we'll see stage number 9. No circle at all, so it's best to take control of the middle part of the circle. But now, Sky and Supreme, they will want to move forward. Right in front of them is going to be Ayok from Talent, and he's cooking up that nade. Sky doing the same as well, and Nexo will nade down Sky. Now they're going to charge in onto Supreme. Supreme 50% of health. Ayok comes in with that self-K, and Supreme will be gunned down. It's going to be one more to go. Sleepy on the other end, and they're closing down to Sleepy.
Nice.
Sleepy gets Exo.
Okay, this is what needs to happen. Sleepy needs to pick himself up. He needs to heal up. And after that, he needs to charge in. But you know what? Your best friend. He needs to shut him down. But here comes Sleepy now with the attack. And unfortunately, well, he doesn't have any advantages, to be honest. He doesn't have the firepower, doesn't have the manpower. Hence, Talon Esports again continues to win the fight.
Talon solidifying themselves at the top with this chicken dinner. Ooh, and Riku, you almost got your prediction.
I almost got.
Nice. Almost. It was that close towards the end. But it's okay, it's okay. 4 more games to go for Red Queen, alright? Well, we'll try here. But for Talon, they're definitely still trying. Highly motivated, the fact that they are at number 1 and they have been looking at the score gap like getting smaller and smaller. So with this chicken dinner, it would surely open up that gap again. It's just a matter of how far is that gap. We'll check that one later. But for the stats, okay, this is the stats from the previous round where Champions Esports, they scored the chicken dinner. But for Talent, I'm sure we'll check that one out later.
Yes, exactly. I think for Talent Esports, they would want to create a significant gap, just to smoke the other competitors inside the game. There's a need for them to do just that, to make sure that, up until we reach match number 6 here, they will have some perks to enjoy, like maybe lose a match there, or like maybe have a bad game that would not reflect on their overall position. But yeah, I mean, Talent Esports definitely is starting to cement themselves at the top spot. So I do wonder if the teams will take this one as a challenge, probably be motivated as well, because they haven't gotten to the top spot just yet. But Talents, this is a testament as well, coming from this team that it is part of their objectives to be the best team for season 10.
Yes, and it's quite clear because during the playoffs, they did show a good performance and they carry over an even better performance in the grand finals. So it's so far so good. To the best of my memory, I guess they already scored like 3 or 4 chicken dinners. That's something that we'll check out later. But this round, they only scored 4 elimination points, so they are not the highest point collector. In fact, the highest point collector is Hora Esports, followed by Team Secret, and then we have Talent, and then we have Champions Esports. And that's also apparent by the fact that Hora Esports, they travel a lot more than all these other teams, allowing them the opportunity to meet other teams and gain those elimination points. And they were really active, like how we saw earlier.
Yeah, and also even if Hora Esports wasn't able to bag the chicken dinner, this will definitely help them move up ranks as well. So again, it's a slow climb for Hora Esports, but the important thing is they are showing up, for today's set of matches, which is the audience, of course, is going crazy for. And head-to-head here, Zero's coming from Team Secret and No Fear of Hora. We've got Zero setting up a 2-point lead in terms of elimination points here from No Fear. Damage output, it is tilted over to No Fear. But as for the team contribution, okay, it's 50. So half of the team effort, of course, coming from Zeros of Team Secret.
Oh, but most of the effort for Hora Esports came from none other than your favorite MVP, Sky. This time with 6 eliminations, 858 damage, and 8 utilities used. Now, the fact that we see Sky up here, and we have not seen Rosemary yet so far today, or even Rosemary popping off like how he did the other day, maybe Sky might overtake the number 1, but we still have games to go, people. For the other top performers, Zeros from Team Secret, also with 6 eliminations. No Fear, 4 eliminations. Asa, also 4 eliminations. So 2 representatives from Hora Esports.
You know what? Honestly, this is probably the first time that I've seen a picture of Asa in Ruthless. Because it's always like a silhouette. I know him by name, because this guy is not a stranger at all in terms of getting the MVP title as well. He's one of the best fraggers I can say. And yeah, this is this is the first time I saw him. But match leaderboard, okay, Horror Esports at the top here with a total of 19, Team Secret with 17, and Talon Esports, well, they came in at third, even if they won the chicken dinner. And as for Sem9 and Bigatron, they are the two teams that, well, did not get anything out of this round.
Yeah, so no points for them too, including Sem9, who actually did well in the first match, but this time 0. Wonder where that will put them in the overalls. But for further match stats, before we roll, the most important stats, of course, is the overall ranks. 194 throwables used, so that's pretty standard. If it's around like 200-ish, slightly below 200, yeah, that's pretty much standard for this season. And because it's a kind circle, 100% land, so teams still have the time to loot for airdrops. Okay, this is where it all matters. Obviously, Talon still at number 1, and they will now create a 17-point gap with Vampire Esports between number 1 and number 2. But for Horror Esports, because they had a 19-point haul, they're number 5 now.
3 ranks up, C1 1 rank up, we got Team Secret 2 ranks up in 121. Yeah, I think the biggest gap really is coming from Talon Esports, but of course we cannot discount the fact that this is still like a number that any of the teams here can still catch up on, judging by, of course, the caliber that these teams can bring in the table. Now, for the second page, DRS, oh yeah, they moved down 3 ranks here, but they're now at 117. We got Stockholm Digi Alliance moving up 2 ranks as well. D-Savior remains to be at the bottom here. I mean, Vikings even has a total of like a 3-point lead against them.
Well, 4 more games to go for D-Savior to do fan service before we head on to our third match. We're going to take a short break. See you guys after this. Talon continues to hold the top. But for how long more? Stay tuned, ladies and gentlemen, to the Ruthless Invitational Showdown Season 10. 4 more rounds to go in total, Red Green. How are you feeling so far?
Excited and also anxious at the same time because I was this close to getting that prediction right, and it did not happen, unfortunately. Thank you, Talon Esports. But yeah, Talon Esports, as you said, continues to dominate. They're still at the top spot here. The closest team that could probably dethrone them would be Vampire Esports, but then again, the question is if Vampire Esports will be picking up the pace here up against Talon, or perhaps other teams would feel highly motivated as we step into Miramar for match number 21.
Yeah, Miramar again, round 2, and here are updated top Miramar performers: Hora Esports, Vampire Esports, Cellcom DJ Alliance, and Talon. And all the stats are dominated by Hora Esports here, from average run points, average eliminations, average damage, and average survival time, in which they came close to scoring that chicken dinner earlier. Now, will they do a chicken dinner before we head to second half today?
Oh, that is a great question right there. Oh, man. Okay. So, what do you think, guys? I mean, you are looking at the top Miramar performers here all throughout, of course, the days here in the grand finals. But it's hard to pick, right? We don't even know who's going to really show up for this round. And having said that, you know, I'm just really looking at the stats here, and probably I'm gonna go with the team that's well, pretty good when it comes to the average survival. Okay, never mind, because if that is the basis, then I will have to go with Hora Esports once again. But I've already picked them twice. And I don't want to go for the third because I want to, you know, like give chance to other teams here that I think is gonna sweep the chicken. So maybe I'll go with Vampires this time. Maybe they have something for us, you know, challenging Talon Esports in terms of numbers.
Okay, so I would. So it's not easy, right? Okay, this time I think I will be going for my daily dose of Hora Esports. Let's bring it on.
Daily dose of Hora Esports, hey. Hep hep hurrah. It's actually
hep, hep, hurrah.
Yeah,
I like that.
that's actually a game here in the Philippines. Yeah, in in birthday parties, or like even company events. Hep hep hurrah. It's actually hooray, hep hep hooray, but this time let's go with hep hep hurrah.
Oh, okay, yeah. That was what I was thinking. Right? Isn't that something else? But okay, just for today's theme, since we have Hora Esports, hep hep hurrah. Okay.
Hep hep hurrah.
Hurrah! But production is going for something super safe. Talon, number 1 right now. Okay, cool.
I don't want to
for the number 5.
I don't want to influence production's choice again, because this is basically what happened the other day. They went for the safe choice, and then we challenged them. Hey, do not go for the safe choice. You know, choose other teams. And then it happened. They won a point. So we're not going to influence the production right now. We're just going to let it stick with their choice. Okay, Talon Esports, I don't understand. They're the top dogs, so to speak. They're at the... they're the kings right now in this tournament. So I do wonder if they can, of course, sustain the energy that they need to pass through 15 teams for this round. Can they still continue to dominate? Let's see. You know, what's going to happen next.
Yeah, let's see. We jump into Miramar right now, ladies and gentlemen, as this is the game before the second half of today. 4 more games to go, including this one. This is match number 21 of our grand finals. Going to be a repeat, and if we were to base on the potential early meets, earlier round we didn't see any early fights. It could be the same again this time, unless again, if BTR they somehow want to challenge Trap Arrow Messi for power grid.
Yeah, it's always a quiet first zone. So hopefully the teams do something else, like maybe test out some aggressive play, coming from the other teams, especially those at the bottom. I'm looking at you, D Savior. I'm looking at you, Vikings. So yeah, I mean, again, we're waiting for the teams to have a resurgence. Even if they really play good in just one game, I think that's the best fan service that they can do. But checking out the situation here, we got a lot of teams headed towards Los Leones. So perhaps a fight can break out. But if I remember, there are at least 3 teams that always loves to drop around Los Leones area. And as for RQ and another team here that's so close to them, aside from Tribe Aero Macy, we got the boys of DRS.
I noticed a lot of teams. Okay, this is the area that I saw earlier. DRS and BTR, but BTR they dropped just to get the vehicle. You should be able to get away from DRS. Okay, yeah, they're safe now. They're just there to grab that vehicle. That will be the second question of where they're going next. But Hora Esports, early fight against FaZe Clan with Red Bull, taking out No Fear. Okay, but there's a little bit of a trade between the two, but No Fear has been eliminated though.
Yeah, got sent back to the lobby this early on. But Dewey will be picked up by the teammate, and not exactly sure just how far Horror Esports is from FaZe Clan, but judging by the situation, I think No Fear was the only one close to where FaZe dropped, so perhaps he was the only one there to receive all the damage and all of those bullets, coming from coming from the opposition. So let's see what's going to happen next with FaZe and of course the arrest later on. And as for RQ, okay. Yep, I do hear gunshots. That's coming from Tribe Aero Macy. Rick pretty close with an M416, and here comes Jennifer's now with a spray. Jennifer's low in HP, but it's a 2v1 situation, and Rick now finds himself down on the ground.
And that's Rick out, eliminated. In the previous round, he was the longest survivor member for Tribe Aero Messi, but this time becomes the first one to go out, unfortunately. The point goes to the hands of RRQ. They're happy to pick up that point, but at this stage for RRQ, for them to really catch number 1, unless they're super duper explosive, it's kind of hard. So I would say that RRQ, they are in a position of just getting a good run out before the professional season starts for them.
Oh yeah, you're right. Okay, Succumb DJ Alliance, where are they exactly? I can see that they are spread out in an area. We can hear some gunshots happen, but this time it's Gante shutting down hands from BTR. Killer YT now poses 1 score for himself as well. I do wonder if the enemies, of course, will be picking up the bait here. I mean, Hans, is he gonna get avenged at this early onset?
But not yet. Okay. I guess now everyone's like, okay, we've already established that, okay, we are, what we're going to do, we're going to focus on to loot and also getting into positions for now, including BTR. They lose Hans still, the player that actually made a debut yesterday, or did he not? We don't know. But to our visibility, at least yesterday was his first day to get the run out, and he got eliminated. Now, Razy spot FaZe Clan. 1 player of FaZe Clan will be knocked down, make that 2. And who was the other one that actually eliminated FaZe Clan? Oh, is that really Satar? Wow. Okay, different angle, and FaZe Clan is out.
Yeah, Satar popping off. Okay. Job well done for Bigtron. RQ now 2 elimination points. in the bag here. They continue on to do scouting and passing through territories, I guess, but no fight has been happening just yet. You know, it's a quiet time for now for stage one in Miramar. I mean, the map is so big that everyone has a chance to maybe pillage 2 to 3 areas in Miramar without even having an altercation. Sim 9 still a full squad here. For those squads that have already lost a member, that would be Hora down to 3. Same thing with BTR. And Tribe Aeromacey already suffered 2 casualties.
Yeah, for Trapper Missy, not a good start for them. Earlier was a lot better since they won challenges at Power Grid, but this time, I guess the moment they step out of Power Grid, like all the other teams are around, happened to bump into Trapper Missy, and that just happened. Oh well, with the Hunger Points collected now and with 4 games to play, I guess they're also in the same bracket of RRQ. It's like, okay, we're just here to have a good run out as well and prepare ourselves for the upcoming season. And that's absolutely fine, ladies and gentlemen. Because at the end of the day, this is an off-season tournament for a reason. It's for teams to really sync up, try stuff, maybe even try out players to a certain extent if the transfer window is still open. And whatever result at the end of the day, it's fine. Because I know that some fans might be disappointed with their team's performance, but don't worry about it because at the end of the day, what matters is the official league leader.
That is correct. You know, this tournament is what keeps their fingers warm, right? I mean, for competition. This is also like a testing ground, you know, for some of the teams here, and to just again be experimental with like how everything is gonna transpire in the official tournaments. I mean, this is a great platform, I can say, especially for those teams that would love to test out their new members, you know, like how they're gonna fare off in terms of synergy, in terms of chemistry as a team. And again, you know, just be playful when it comes to rotations. But as for Shrubs and vampires, I think they're not in a playful mode just because that they're so eager to challenge up those teams that are even trying to just get close to them.
Yeah, so far no big challenges yet. Might as well wait for stage number 2 since we're about 45 seconds away. There are 3 teams still in the blue, and that's fine because it's stage 1. And sooner or later they will enter anyway, unless of course if a team gatekeeps them. So 35 more seconds, stage 2, and it's also a kind circle, and that's why teams are just taking their time. Harjin got a knock, and he will end the life of XYZ. Oh, the Trapper Messi only has 1 player now.
Yeah, not a good start. Ooh, I love the motorcycle. I just know it comes from DBZ. Yeah, tricks. I don't know how many more tricks he has in his sleeve, cause yep, he doesn't have this cavalry, doesn't have any backup, and it's gonna be hard just because of the fact that we just entered stage 2 and Rosemary. Oh man, after tagging someone down, he gets down on the floor as well. And Alva took a nade, or not, took a bullet onto his face there and immediately drops. So it might be Vikings winning this fight. We got 1T taking his time, healing himself up. We got teams back on the screen here. Might be challenging Daybot. Same thing goes for Superman.
And the fact that Rosemary is down, he cannot continue to contribute to the team. So Alter Ego has to win this. If not, Rosemary's chances to be the FMVP is in trouble as well. And Wounty will clean up the remaining members of Alter Ego. Now it's only Krypton on the other side. Krypton, he sees Tins. He's gonna pull the trigger. He's on the outside of the circle together with the Vikings though. Place on Wounty. Wounty goes down. Shot by Krypton. And Krypton tries to get Superman, but Krypton been fired back upon.
Oh man, okay. I do wonder if Krypton will be the one to shut down Superman. I mean, his name is so close to like kryptonite, right? Can he be Superman's kryptonite in this situation? So let's see what's going to happen as Superman now makes his way inside the compound to shut down Krypton for good.
Oh, and here comes Krypton. He's going up to the second floor, but Tins took him out. Alter Ego, no points collected this round. Haven't been a good day for Alter Ego. That could be a good day for Xavier if they can win this one against RRQ. The Beko currently down. They managed to get one player out of Xavier. That's Parajin down as well. Here comes Lamborghini with a monster truck arriving, but the moment he arrives, his health is just too low to tank any more bullets. Immediately gunned down by Lapar and Co. Now they're searching for the remaining members of Xavier. That's Levi's in front of them, and Levi's eliminated. Xavier continues to be at number 16.
RRQ, what a great welcome for D Savior. They said hello and they sent them to the lobby. Man, that was savage. 13 teams remaining for stage 2 here. Voindunky, Vikings, Tank in the Blue. Okay, they still have to make their way inside the zone. Probably they will be coming from the south side. And as for the other teams here that might have a clash, I believe that will be Tricks because he's super close to DRS over to the northern side as well, just north of Monte Nuevo. And as for those teams in the middle, Sem9 close with Talon Esports, so perhaps a fight is already brewing. From the kill feed, I think someone currently is knocked down on the ground, and probably, just probably, those players are from Team Secret.
Ooh, yes they are, and that's where Sem9 will rush in here, flying car into the warehouse. He's waiting for the right moment, and he will not miss a shot against Yuhai. But GK knocked down at the same time. So now the rest of Sem9, they have to follow up. But Frankie's on the other side, trying to stop Sem9. They managed to go behind that building, away from the line of sight of Frankie. Yuhai still needs help. He's calling up for help on the outside. Here comes Trexie together with Mika, loading their nades and their mollies. And GK with a nade of his own. He will toss it onto Sem9. And that nade did land on the Trexie.
Essential nade, I can say. That could pave the way, of course, for them to win the fight. But Yuhai already got eliminated by GK here. Tran cooking up a nade, trying to shoo away Sem9 with that throw. GK low in HP here, but can he still make up? Can he still make it happen for his team? And yes, I guess the answer is yes, ladies and gents, because Team Secret was the one who survived the fight.
Yeah, they defended their ground against Sem9. But Hora Esports, unfortunately, out this time without a single point at number 12, eliminated by RRQ while they were trying to get away from the open space. Circle-wise, it looks like most of the teams currently in the circle, and we have the traveling Vikings and also Void Donkey at the south. This could be the next clash point. Okay, we zoom in onto Void Donkey now. Wonder if Vikings know. Okay, they do know. Now Break is looking at Void Donkey, and they will get Vexy.
Oh man, Vexy down, Nuzi down as well versus Talon Esports, but we're not gonna miss this fight between Vikings and Void Donkey. Break trying to flush him out still, but Potato, man, also took a nade from Break, and now he is facing the floor. Superman coming out to help, but coming off the kill feed, it's Miola of Vampire Esports still getting knocked down. We got Break getting the point done. Got Boyce back on the screen here. And it looks like Talon, okay, they might be the ones winning the fight since they already bagged 2 points for themselves and they're still a complete squad here. Although I can see a lot of teams surrounding the very compound they're staying at, but not close enough to for anyone to be taken down at this point.
But maybe Frankie might be the next one to be taken down. So Leo sees him, but Frankie does not know. Yet he's shot at from the side. Good amount of teams here. We have at least 4 different teams or 3 different teams on the minimap on screen. Everyone wants a piece of this high ground, but there's a limited amount of space. And here comes Team Secret. Okay, we switch over to Champions Esports. They're ready for Void Donkey. They arrive at the same compound. Alja all alone with his trusty nade. Void Donkey gets into the building, and his nade being cooked up. Lobs it. Not yet. Still keeping it. Okay, he will lob it onto the second floor. Will knock it out to Razak. But there's a signal to Void Donkey that somebody's here.
Oh man, okay, here we go. Gakor, this is an opportunity for him to heal himself up while Razak, of course, tries to provide support for his teammate, but Abalja will not be giving up this opportunity as well of shutting down Void Donkey at this point. He needs some backup, and the backup arrives. He was able to buy time for the rest of the team to stay here, to Talon Esports also interested to join into the mix here. Razak with the spray using his micro Uzi, and I think Atomic goes down. We got Atomic, yeah, that's a confirmation coming through, but it was Adam Luke who took that point. Same thing goes for Ayok. Man, everyone is dropping like flies here. We got your best friend, Boysil, 2 active members for Talon, or make that 3 active members. Not exactly sure if Ayok can still get picked up at this point, but you know what? Team Secret already manages to put 5 elimination points in the pocket here, but not the same story though for Tribe Aeromasi as they get eliminated with 0 points, so that is not gonna look good. 10 teams remaining on stage 4 here. 5 points for Team Secret, ladies and gents, and they continue to dominate. So far, they're holding on to a top spot here. High ground advantage, and there's at least 2 teams right down below. Zera's just spotted 1T. 1T tried to go for a dance. He was able to. Nope, forget about that. He tried to go in, and well, the moment he stepped inside that building, he gets knocked down by Zerus.
At least he managed to get in the building, so Break can go and revive him. He should be back up soon. But what I noticed as well, okay, look at this. RRQ, they really have 10 elimination points as of now. And they have a chance to score more. For Void Donkey and Talon, they're going to share the same compound by the left side of the circle. Smoke still active for Void Donkey for now, but it will be out soon. A nade set across by Talon. Hoping to land it onto Razak. Razak opening up the space on Boychill will get Kachor. And now Razak to find the player. Everyone holding on to Razak. And Razak, where he's gonna go, where he's gonna hide as Talon will eliminate him. Dominating now with 5 eliminations.
Man, Talon Esports is unstoppable. 5 points in the bag, and a very good position for stage 4 here. They could still assume a lot. And okay, RQ 10 now. Oh, now this is massive. Okay, they're picking up the pace here. And this is such a great thing to watch because they're challenging up the top dogs. Jensen's getting into play pretty close to Talon. Trying to get some information as well on how everything's about to go down. We can see 3 of the members here cooking up some nades. Applying a lot of pressure onto the side of Talon. Jensen's moving forward. Axel taking in some shots, but with that drop shot, oh man, that was beautifully done by Talon.
Oh, in the pickle right now. Needs to heal up. As right now, Talon, they're trying to find the remaining members of RRQ. Axel needs to be picked up as well. They will call himself into the building. The door will be slammed shut so that they can heal him. And now for RRQ. They want to win this fight. The blue is on his way. Mr. Boysil. Okay, Talon. Quite hard for them to stay Boysil. But another nade onto Talon. Ayuk will be the one to be naded down. Looks like RRQ. They have the chance to rush in and they will eliminate the #1 team, Talon.
Hey, and 13, RRQ performing at its best here. Just making sure that this round goes to them. Massive momentum going on for the side of RRQ. Let's see if they can sustain it up until the end of this match. Selcom DG Alliance, the next team to challenge up RRQ. Right now, Leon is holding on to a high ground advantage. Lapar is trying to heal himself up as well. Let's see what kind of maneuver this time we're going to see from RRQ.
When Selcom DG Alliance, they have this high ground against RRQ. Like what you say, how they're gonna problem solve this situation. The good news for RRQ is that they are somewhat in the circle or just by the edge of it. But they decide to okay, let's rotate up north because down south is going to be Selcom DG Alliance. Find a way to get in and the rest of them follow through. We still have Assad left behind though, but Weasel is smoked up. So with the Selcom DG Alliance, looks like they found the remaining members of RRQ that escaped. And now Olio will gun them down. Only left with Asa.
Oh man, Selcom DG Alliance also flexing their muscle for that clash. And now we're back to Team Secret here. And they're unleashing havoc up against Selcom DG Alliance. And, well, if we're going to be looking at the situation, yes, they do have the high ground advantage, but Selcom DG Alliance is also kind of very near to the middle of the zone. So it's going to be an interesting stage 6 because we don't exactly know which of them is going to be favored by the circle. So there will be a lot of momentum shifts as well as we head on closer to the latter stages of the map.
Transin almost got a Leo. He came into the line of sight of Transin, but Transin was not able to land his shot. That's okay. You'll get a second chance for sure. It's that high guard against Celcom DG Alliance. Both teams at least within the circle still. A Vampire Esports in between them, which swaps the final player for Vampire Esports. On the north, it's going to be BTR. They've been chilling there. Don't see that many teams. But on the south, we have at least 4 teams on the minimap. So when the circle shifts, that's where things will be havoc. But for Asa, the final member for RRQ, trying to survive now. Now we shift forward to Zeros on Team Secret, still looking at the Vikings.
I mean, this is still a great location for Team Secret, potentially assuming points, but they have to make the angles work for them. Here comes Asano, shutting down. Not yet. Okay, with the dance-off happening between the two teams, Asano was able to pick that point. Leon's calling out to his teammates, "Save me, guys! Save me!"
Help me! Help me! Oh man, but who's going to help Asa right now? He's all on his own. Okay, somehow found a vehicle. And he's going in for the finish. I doubt that Leons will be able to be helped. Okay, since the circle shift, that's Leo really can make it in time. Don't know about that. Okay, just look at the map. Well, Leo is on his way. Still evaluating the situation because right now, Asa is being held hostage. Oh, Leo is being held hostage and Asa lost his patience. He will collect that point. 14 eliminations now for RRQ.
I mean, here we go, RQ. Imagine if they played the games just like this one. I guess we will definitely see RQ at a much higher placement. I mean, if they can pull off a chicken dinner in this round, then what's stopping them to pull up chicken dinners in the remaining matches as well?
Well, who knows, right? If Asa can actually beat that one to make this extreme run to get the chicken dinner. Still have 18 players remaining in this round after Transit eliminated Wunti. But that's it. Asa eliminated by Jante from DRS. RRQ's out, but they score a whooping 15 eliminations anyway.
Oh man, that is brutal coming from the side of RQ. I mean, that is definitely huge points in the bag. 6 teams remaining, and we're also stage 6. We're looking at DRS Gaming, trying to, of course, put a little pressure onto the side of Celcom VG Alliance, who is currently staying at the edge of the circle there. DRS in the middle, and they know exactly where to point their guns, which is absolutely incredible because they're gonna need it. They're gonna need it. DRS, they're pretty good at extracting information, but in the meantime, let's check out what is happening between Vampire Esports versus Team Secret. Right now, it's just Shrubs all alone. They're trying to confront Team Secret.
Shrubs alone? In the face by GK. That's it for Vampire Esports. And now it puts us in the top 5. DRS, Team Secret, Celcom DJ Alliance, BTR at the final play of Vikings somewhere. Now, for the top 5, only DRS and Team Secret with a full squad. But sometimes that don't mean anything. For the split winner, it could be anyone. And they look to change that number as he sprays from the side, dealing a lot of damage on the Killer YT. But Killer YT, he found a corner to heal up.
Yeah, the fact that DRS is already staying in the circle here, they could probably be the best team to score the chicken dinner. But then again, the odds is saying, hey, it is going to be Team Secret. But of course, it all boils down on how good the teams will be when it comes to their execution. Team Secret, they do have the high ground still. But it is already close to the rim of the circle here. So perhaps if stage 7 moves to the middle, could be hard for them to descend.
Yeah. Because like down there is like a lot of open space, right? And the fact that they have been shooting people from that hilltop, then a lot of other teams, they're like sharks right now. They're waiting for them to be forced to go down. There's a likelihood that will happen. So we'll find that out in about 3 more seconds. And here we go. Yes, it goes to the middle. And like what you said, Team Secret will need to go down now.
Okay, this is pretty standoff-ish. DRS, the only team inside the zone. BTR's taking their time on the northern side. We got Celcom DG Alliance doing pretty much the same thing here. Celcom DG Alliance has been receiving some challenge, of course, coming from Team Secret. But, you know, no connection coming through.
Yeah, not yet. They need to find a connection. They need to find someone opening because there are just so many other teams down there. Okay, they still have 10 more seconds before the zone starts to close, but even that, they have a little bit more time before the blue lands onto them. That this is Break, the final player of Vikings. He will make a breakthrough run now into this building. The name set across on the break, but he should be fine. He's okay now.
And just look at that. Because stage 7 is like, we still got plenty of space to go here. Obviously, those teams doesn't want to come out in the open. Of course, they don't want to be vulnerable to any of the teams that still survive. But Giante, okay, I do wonder what's going to happen here. I mean, he's in between Break and Trang here. So perhaps Giante, if he commits a mistake here, could potentially get shut down by any of the plays we just mentioned.
Oh, and here comes a Break into the compound where DRS is set. What's the challenge? The 3 players of DRS. Breaks it over the wall. Okay, anyway, he will hold his ground for now because for Celcom DG Alliance, they're starting to move forward. And the line of sight of Team Secret tapping away is going to be Frankie while GK moves down to the lower ground. Into the circle they go. So now they have a representative in the circle. The rest of them that are still up there can follow through.
Ooh, Break! Man, he's already out! Same thing goes for Vikings. 6 points in the bag, though. That is still a solid number. But there's... Oh, man, just like that, he got shaken down to his core. Okay, look. Goes down as well. Back to the lobby for him, courtesy of DRS. DRS with a whopping 32% of getting that chicken. Celcom DG Alliance already running out of space here. Judo White, you can see, so quite a lot of pressure onto Celcom. GK as well. There's just a lot of teams here that are pointing their guns up against Celcom DG Alliance, and there you go, Kasim getting knocked down by Killer White.
And from the side, Killer White will continue to fire, trying to get Olio. Olio behind the rock though. And looks like Chimioki will be able to reach Olio, okay? Able to be picked up now. I know it's really intense, okay? That the things around you shake. Okay, I understand that. Don't worry, people. Calm down. Could be DRS, could be BTR, could be Team Secret, or Celcom DG Alliance. But speaking about BTR, they don't have the circle, but they have to move forward, and there's a lot of open space. Drugs in will be tapping away onto BTR, almost getting Satan, now trying to end up 10.
Oh man, BTR doesn't have any options. They don't even have any covers. They're super exposed out there in the open. So it's going to be tricky for Pikachu to buy by talent. Killer White T, oh man, another point done. Frankie goes out, GK low in HP here. Killer Whitey continues to dominate. I don't know what Team 6 is going to do in this situation, but I feel like they are also running out of options.
Oh, and Changxin eliminated by Killer YT. Looks like DRS. They're currently in control of GK. His nade being cooked up, but I guess it's a bit too far. Now Killer YT is just going to put focus on the GK. They have to clear their backs before they can focus on the BTR. Maybe BTR can take advantage of this situation. Who knows? GK is being really annoying to DRS. They cannot just look at BTR right now. At BTR, they're trying to find an angle on the left side, but not able to yet. Anyway, they're trying to move forward. Oh, Sata! He exploded a vehicle, then knocked down his own teammate.
Oh, but hey, I mean, Team Secret, 10 elimination points in the bag. There's a double-digit finish. I think it's still strong. DRS versus BTR now in the end game. 3v3. Okay, so this is going to be a fair fight. Although, BTR, man, they only have a haystack here for them 3.
I know, right? Only that haystack, so much space in front. And it seems like they're out of smokes. If not, they would have created a smoke bridge. Now they have to move front. And it's clear to DRS right now where BTR is at 10. Will be the first time to go down to the hands of Jante. Delta will get Razy. And DRS, at the end of the day, will not let go of this opportunity to claim the chicken dinner.
But you know what? There's so many teams that ended the game with double-digit scores, so I can still say that this is a pretty aggressive round that we've seen so far. Match number 21, though, goes to DRS. Again, DRS coming in late in the game, consistent from like the first few zones, not having any conflicts whatsoever. But the moment that they now found or like find an opportunity to bag a lot of points, then that's when they actually struck, which is of course made it all possible by DRS.
Oh yeah, DRS. Finally today we see them scoring this chicken dinner. Now I wonder what are DRS's chances of coming up with a surprise at the top, at the very, very top. That's the numbers that we want to look at later on. But this round, DRS, solid performance by them, coming in with a healthy amount of eliminations, 10 eliminations to be exact. 20 points collected by DRS. And clearly, that's not their first chicken dinner, so who knows that they're close enough to chase Talon.
Yeah, exactly. Oh yeah, I mean, they could potentially, but they will have to really step on the gas here. Because Talon Esports, I don't think they're going to give up their top spot. I think that as we get closer and closer to determining just who will be champions here, I feel like they're going to be even more tactical as we progress. So that means that, you know, they're not going to be making any reckless decision, any rush decisions. They're going to play this one hardball.
Oh yeah, absolutely right. Especially when we look at the numbers later on. If DRS still has that chance with 3 more rounds to go to somehow pull off a surprise at that number 1. I'm sure we'll see the best of DRS. But before we get onto that, we will also would like to congratulate all the other teams that are put here as the teams to watch, including Team Secret and of course RRQ that scored 15 eliminations. They have to be up here for sure. And then BTR, the team that finished 2nd place earlier. RRQ this round, even with their travel distance of only 6,000-ish, full squad time of only 18 minutes 10 seconds, lower than the other team to watch, but the 15 eliminations, RRQ. This round they're just all out guns blazing.
Yep. There were a lot of flashes of brilliance coming from RRQ there, and they were able to sustain that kind of high octane gameplay from this round. You know, it's always going to be, I guess, the same question for me. Again, we're looking for consistency. That's it. You know, like, okay, they play this game with a high energy here, you know, just really collecting a lot of